Hello everybody, my name is Nicholas Ashbaugh. Welcome to a very special solstice reading. Whether you're in the northern or the southern hemisphere, it doesn't matter. We're all experiencing this seasonal shift of energy, and I received some beautiful messages through dreams last night. I want to connect those to the tarot cards, so let's get into that right now. In my dreams, there were 3 planets that came through, and this is going to help us focus on past, present, and future when we look at the cards. The first and the closest, of course, was the moon, and I was seeing the moon as a slingshot sort of energy. So we just are on the heels of a new moon. If you haven't already taken a look at that forecast, you can. And basically what I was saying there is we were being set up for success. I definitely got confirmation of that in my psychic download this morning. So the moon to me felt like it was coming very, very close, and I had a chance to sort of connect with it and boomerang out to Jupiter. There wasn't a lot of fear or anxiety with the moon. It was just coming through to really tell me and all of you to sort of get your heart and your head in the right space and focus on one point on the horizon. As that energy was slingshotting me out into space, I was brought to the planet Jupiter, which for me is always auspicious. I don't dream of Jupiter that often, but when I do, it is a period that's usually punctuated with positive and auspicious things like growth, development, and opportunities. Now, one thing that I was picking up on in particular as I connected to Jupiter was that there would be an alignment of sorts. We could call this a synchronicity, but the way that the planets were showing me this there's kind of like this crowding of energies. And what is it called when there's a connection of planets? I'll think of it in a second. But basically, this perfect convergence, that's it. So there was all of this energy converging together, and there was this window that was opening up. And so when you receive your synchronicity, it could be today, next week, or later this month, but there should be a synchronistic opening for most of us. When that comes through, don't second guess yourself, because I definitely felt like it was something you had to seize and move with. Now, off in the distance, I saw Saturn spinning around and trying to remind us that, have you learned all of your lessons? Don't fall into any of the old habits or blocks or mental sort of things that would otherwise obscure this synchronistic opening that wants to happen. So the moon reminding us that there's a moment to catapult if we stay focused. Jupiter reminding us that once we surrender to that energy of expansion, the sky's the limit, and we can really see some great things happen. Saturn in the distance saying, but don't forget what I've taught you. Don't invite me back in because we love Saturn, but we really don't need that energy right now. Jupiter was bigger than life. It wants to bring us into that energy of expansion. So that's going to be the focus for today. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for taking some time out of your day. We try to keep these pretty quick and accessible. So let's see expansion. What's going on? I'm going to look at it from this perspective as I'm getting everything set up. Let me just bring the mic closer so you can hear me. I want to look at what could be creating some friction or tension here. So the past will be lessons. So the past will indicate Saturn. So what's your Saturn message? All right, we have the Magician reversed. And then we're going to look at the lunar energy in the center. What's the opportunity to help you boomerang? So what's your lunar lesson? And we have the Princess of Swords. And now we're going to take a look at your Jupiter energy. What's coming through to help you expand? Since those were the 3 planets that wanted to teach us lessons. Okay. All right, folks, through the magic of editing, I sat here and scribbled out the past, present, and future so I wouldn't forget and you wouldn't forget. Let's begin with what Saturn wants to teach us and wants us to remember. Here's your lessons from the past. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You have a lot of energies and opportunities kind of swirling around you right now. The important thing is to focus. And whenever a Magician card comes through reversed, that's the main and the first thing that I'll say is be discerning, be specific, focus, and don't second guess yourself. These are the lessons from the past. Easier said than done, right? Because a lot of times we've just been conditioned to have that sense of self-doubt or uncertainty. But this card is saying you've got what it takes to manifest and create. The other Saturn message and lesson from the past here is to march to the beat of your own drum. There are plenty of other people that may try to get you on board with something that they want to do, but does it feel right for you? Does it really make your heart skip a beat? And if it doesn't, this isn't the thing, this isn't the time, and this isn't the place. So you are powerful, you are singular, you are unique, but you may need to focus and believe in yourself in this moment. And as long as you do that, Saturn will leave us be and the lesson has been learned. Now let's take a look at this catapult or this slingshot energy that's going to help catapult you into space. And appropriately enough, we have this very air-centric Page of Swords or a Princess of Swords. And just to kind of contrast it with the traditional illustration, we can see that both pages have the ability to listen very well. This is going to help you, and also the ability to look at the past and learn from it, but live in the present. One thing that I really love about this particular version of the Page of Swords is the ability for transformative thoughts and actions that come through. So if we go real close, you can see the butterfly there, and she's always keeping her eye on where and how and when to really make a change or make a shift. And again, it comes through both thoughts and actions. The lunar energy was the thing this month that was going to catapult or push you in the right direction. So of course it would be thoughts and actions. That makes a lot of sense. Now, pages are mediums. I talk about that. They're also communication conduits. So you may find yourself at a point where you can connect the right people or opportunities or components together. Never underestimate that capacity or capability right now, because this is where your power really exists, okay? But always listen. Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, listen to what's being said and done around you. Allow for that information to inform your actions. But remember, again, one of the things from the past was not to second guess yourself. You're using this for information, but you are the one that's processing it and basically doing with it whatever you want to. If you need to initiate a conversation, go for it. A Page of Swords is very good at communication, very good at facilitating things, and really is the perfect sort of connection between the past and the future. Now let's get into your Jupiter or your expansion energy. And it's really interesting that part of this is patience. The Hanged Man in reverse is basically saying there's still one more thing to finish or to integrate, or there may be someone or something that's incoming. And this is really about having faith and trust that the universe is aligning all of those perfect sort of dominoes to fall into place so that you'll be at the right place at the right time and you'll recognize it. That's really what we consider lucky. It's timing and preparation and then recognition. Some people can recognize it and they just have this sort of luck, but it really is being able to plug in and to be patient. So hope, faith, and also presence of mind. This is what's going to bring you that wonderful expansion moment. Since the Hanged Man is probably not what most of you would want to see, I'm going to ask for one clarification and then we'll have everything we need for this beautiful solstice. So I'll turn the camera down while I'm shuffling. We're going to take a look at how to be patient. And I actually got I got a card that volunteered right off the top, and it's the Hermit. Hermit reverse, but the Hermit is basically this wonderfully wise and introspective card. It's also reminding you, by the way, this Hermit has what? An hourglass that they're holding on to. So again, not rushing things and not needing to actually go necessarily to someone else for permission or reassurance. This is supposed to be something that it's a spark that kind of ignites from within. That's the other thing that the Hermit typically has. We can see them here with a torch. So usually there's a lantern. Within the lantern is a star. So there's an inner knowing. You'll know when it's right. You can trust yourself because I actually see a lot of connection between both the Magician and the Hermit. To me, this is just an older, wiser version of the Magician, usually shown as a wizard or sorceress or just a very magical sort of character on many of the cards here. So trust in the work that you've already done. Isn't it interesting how two of the most powerful cards were reversed? So let's show Saturn that we understand and that we trust ourselves and that we're willing to trust the inner wisdom and the inner timing. It's not also about someone else rushing you. This could be a friend, a colleague, or a family member stepping in and saying, why haven't you done this yet? Or why aren't you at this step in your life? You get to basically create the time and timeline, and you get to call the shots. I hope this helps you. This was just a mini read for the solstice. If you like the celestial readings like this, you can go to my main channel page. Also, please hit the thumbs up, like this video. Participate below by leaving a comment or even sharing this using any of the sharing icons beneath this, because what that does is it tells YouTube that this is a video worth sharing to other people. So any level of participation really helps quite a bit. And it's just a way to say thank you and to help this video find its way. If you'd also like to find me on social media so you don't miss out on any news or information, there's my handle right there. A quick reminder that I do not give private readings, so if anybody offers you one, you know it's not me. Thanks in advance for anybody that did give back with a super sticker, super chat, super thanks, or any sort of even like membership as well. I appreciate that. Definitely helps this channel. You can also go to my website for more information. I do videos, by the way, live videos once a week on Sundays. I do live premieres every Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and I have daily card reads as well. So we have basically weekly, monthly, and daily readings, plus special events like this. So thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.